And we're talking about organic, certified organic, real methylcobalamin, B12, and folic acid. So, and that's going to energize every cell in your body. And then if you're getting vitamin D3, because that's the next thing. And by the way, when it's talking about B12 and folic acid, you can right-click on it, open that B12 and folic acid in a new tab, and you're looking at the product so you can see the directions, the dosage, the quality of it, because now that takes you directly over to the Health and Herbs website. So all these reports, when you click on a product, you can see what it costs, what the size is, what the ingredients are, and you can add it to a cart. And then when you go to check out, it's going to ask you if you have a coupon for a discount. And I even know the coupon code. And the coupon code for a 15% discount is the word health. HEALTH 01. That's the number 0 and the number 1. The word health, HEALTH 01. That's the code. So you put in that, and then you press apply the coupon, and it takes 15% off of your order. So there's only one product that doesn't. That's the Intramax multiple vitamin, but it's the world's greatest multiple vitamin, and there's no discount on it. But anyway, so here it tells me that I'm going down now looking at the description. It tells the serving size, 1 dropper bulb squeeze, approximately half a dropper full, which is 0.84 grams, and there's 80 servings in the bottle, 80 servings. So that's almost a month's supply. Now it says that there's B6, 4 milligrams in there, B12, methylcobalamin. That means it's the real organic, the real natural B12, and there's 2,000 micrograms of that. There's the folinate from calcium folinate, 400 micrograms, and that's what's in it. That's it. There's nothing. There's no vegetable glycerin, no purified water, no citric acid, no potassium sorbate. It does have a natural blueberry flavor. That's it. And so it gives you all the information and the disclaimer, and and tells you if there's any contraindications and so forth. And but that's it. Now I'm getting back over to, now that you know how these reports work. Whoa, what happened? I lost it. Oh, there, I'm back. Okay, so now you know how these reports work. So if we're talking about the Make Lifestyle Changes report, it starts with the B12 and folic acid. And if you want to know all the values of it and all the benefits and all the risks, well, you can always Google that and just ask B12 folic acid, benefits and risks. And it'll tell you all the wonderful things and how it revitalizes every cell. Or you can go and look at the breast and all cancer report, because at the bottom of that, it details all that research information, and you can see it right there on the website, herbalhealthreview.com, by clicking on common conditions and going to breast and all cancer, because that's going to describe the procedures that discourage cancer in the body and the nutrients that encourage your body to heal itself. And so, but it gets into the liquid sunshine after the B12 and folic acid drops. The next thing is talking about, this is something you do every morning. It takes you maybe 5 minutes. If I explain every single thing you do, well, it could take 25 minutes just to explain that segment. But the main thing is the liquid sunshine, vitamin D3, when taken, 50 drops. Now, and Doc Miles has vitamin D3, and I have vitamin D3 on this report. But you're taking 50,000. And in this case, you're putting it under your tongue, which is sublingual, goes directly into the bloodstream. Quick absorption, total absorption. And it's...
But you have to do that.
Go ahead.
Truman, you only do 50,000 units for 15 days, and you drop back to 10, and that raises your immune system big time.
Exactly. And that's exactly what the report says. It says you take that 50,000 for 15 days, and after that, 10 drops every day. And you might go 6 months, and if you're weak, or you're getting a cold, or it's flu season, and you need to boost your immune system again, do it again. Right, Doc?
That's right, you can.
There you go. If you need it. If you don't need it, and your immune system is still up there and everything's just great, well, that's fine. But know that it will, after, if you did need it, you could do it again. But it goes, go ahead, Doc.
No, that's fine. I was just agreeing with you.
Oh, okay. All right. So anyway, it goes step by step, and you may not want to pick everything in this these suggested products that it's talking about to boost up your immune system. But the study says that with 1,100, they underdosed people in the study with 1,100, not 50,000, of vitamin D3, and the study says it slashes the risk of cancer by 77%. Now that is definitely something that lady would want to know about. Revitalizing every cell, and slashing the risk of cancer by 77%. She could sure use that. Then we're using things like the ESIAC formula, or the formula that I created called CF, or 1084. That cancer formula, 1084 or CF. That's it, which contains my ESIAC herbal formulation, along with a lot of other herbs that cancer don't seem to like, and people are reporting back to me that when they're doing this by boosting their immune system, and then after they've done that, and there's a lot more to this, but it tells you exactly how to set the stage where your digestion is working by doing this 5-minute thing every morning. You're boosting up the immune system. You're creating a healthy digestive tract. You're getting a lot of enzymes and nutrients and the correct bacteria. And you're revitalizing every cell, not only with the B12 and folic acid drops, but you're keeping every cell young and permeable with MSM, methylsulfonylmethane. And when you get on doing all of these things, and then when you're done, after about 4 or 5 minutes, you're having a cup of daily health tea made with pau de arco bark, flavored with stevia, so it has a kind of a sugar flavor, but no sugar. It's then made with cinnamon and raspberry, orange, and ginger, all natural herbs that give it a wonderful flavor. But the pau de arco bark is revered in South America as a blood tonic, a cancer fighter. And of course, you can't say that kind of thing, about that in America, but that's what it's revered for in South America. So you're having this wonderful blood tonic tea called pau de arco bark, and it tastes wonderful. And then you're thinking about, in this lifestyle changes system, you're thinking about some fruit, because you got to put something in your tummy and get things going. So you're having a mango, a banana, or a cantaloupe. And again, cantaloupe is so alkaline. It's not acid. It's not an acid fruit. So and we're headed towards looking at an acid alkaline food chart and picking all of our favorite foods and then picking 65% alkaline and 35% acid. That's how we're headed. But here is the next step after you've done that 5-minute thing in the morning to boost your immune system so you don't get ill at all. You'd be hard, it's kind of like putting on a bulletproof vest against disease. Now you've had some fruit and you're making a power drink. As soon as that fruit is burned off and you're ready, you're creating a power drink, and you're creating this power drink once a week. Only once a week do you make this power drink. And you got a 2-quart blender, and you're filling the blender half full, 1 quart of your favorite seeds or nuts, or you've gone to the store and you bought organic almond milk or some other seed or nut milk. But you remember, you can make it yourself. Just because when we get done here, because the next thing after you put that in there, the seeds in the water, is you're going to put in as much cinnamon as you like. If you're into chocolate and you can stand the acidity, then yeah, you can have some chocolate, pure chocolate, and with no alkalizers or anything, just pure chocolate. You can add that into there. And then you can go to the store and buy some vanilla extract, and now it tastes like cinnamon, chocolate, and vanilla. Now, and you're getting sesame seeds, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, and chia seeds while you're at the store getting the vanilla. And so now you got all these seeds in there, then you're putting in milk thistle seed powder to protect your liver and rebuild new liver cells. And that is wonderful. Then you've got maca root powder in there to give you stamina, energy, endurance. You feel so good. It's also got the reputation of increasing your libido because you feel so good. You get so much energy from maca root. Then there's organic raw protein made from sprouted seeds. Now that is a very interesting protein powder. Organic raw protein from sprouted seeds. And then there's the Truman Super Green Foods. That's the chlorella, spirulina, barley grass, wheatgrass, alfalfa powder, olive leaf extract, and seaweed, kelp from the Atlantic Ocean. So it's all in this. You've got all these green foods, all these powders. It's a power drink. So now you're putting some, again, raisins to make it more alkaline. You're putting in a fresh pineapple, some of that, cherries, blueberries, certified organic, we hope. And you can get these things at the store, and if you frozen, and it's less expensive. So that's it. So you really, now that is so easy to digest and break down and get a ton of energy from. So now if you went out and had to run a race, which by the way, it took you 10 minutes to make this, then you put, and it's really thick. So take your cup and make it half full of a liquid. Then, like more seed milk or nut milk into your cup. Then pour your thick power drink into that cup and stir it around, and now it's drinkable. And wow, does it taste good? Then you poured off a cup, so you add back more cinnamon or chocolate or blueberries or cherries or seeds or powders, whatever you want, you can add back. And you can add back for about 2 or 3 days. Then after 2 or 3 days, you just go ahead and let it go all the way down. And another 2 or 3 days it takes you to drink it all, and then start over again. So you only made it once a week, added back, poured a cup off, then added back a cup for 3 days, and then let it go all the way down to the bottom. And that's it. And then you're making it once a week, and talk about energy and power and stamina. Then the next thing you're doing is you're saying, okay, I know I'm going to be hungry later. So then there is whole food, plant-based diet meal plans and recipes. So you pick the meals you like, you pick the recipes you like, and you look below, and there is an acid alkaline food chart, and it's telling you that your body should be 65%, that you should have 65% alkaline foods. So you're trying to pick your foods from the acid alkaline food chart, your foods that you like. You're trying to pick the ones that are 65% are alkaline and 35% are acid. Now you have the perfect balance. What do you think, Doc?
That sounds good to me.
Yes, so it's a complete system. And then, the other thing that I do, then when we've got somebody who, that is fighting things like vaginal and rectal cancer, then we want to make sure that we're cleansing and detoxifying and looking at any other health issues. I'm always asking people, are you constipated or is there diarrhea? And then they tell me the condition of their bowel, which also tells me the condition of their liver, right?
Right.
So then I'm looking at how I'm going to unclog the liver, rejuvenate the bowel, and clean the blood. That's what I need to do. So there's a formulation called CAC liquid, and I use the liquid, a teaspoon, a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, or 3 tablespoons, whatever it takes, to make sure that when they flush the toilet, that bowel movement breaks up in a cloud. Because it will if you're drinking enough water. If you're not drinking enough water, you're never going to have a correct bowel movement. So so now we've got that CAC liquid, and we're using just enough of it to where they're keeping that bowel movement soft enough where it's getting through there. And for those people who have constipation, the very first product I ever invented was a tea that didn't cause constipation, and got rid of constipation and wasn't habit forming. It wasn't habit forming, and it would get rid of constipation. You might start out with 1 or 2 or 3 cups to break everything loose and finally get cleaned out, but it cleaned the blood, cleaned up the digestive tract, and triggered that liver to go ahead and clean out and flush everything out, and it goes to the bowel, and it triggers the bowel and the peristaltic muscles to move that food through there. So now that's what the CAC, or colon and liver cleansing herbal tea, a tea that gets rid of constipation, and the liquid that is for everybody else, and it's easy to just take 1 or 2 or 3 tablespoons. So that's the blood, that's the unclogging the liver, rejuvenating the bowel, and cleaning the blood liquid is that CAC liquid, or CAC tea for constipation. The good news is, over a period of time, everyone who's ever used the CAC tea reports back they don't have constipation anymore, and they're not taking the tea after about 2 or 3 months because the bowel has learned to go back to work again, and they just went from 3 cups to 2 cups to 1 cup to a half a cup to none. That's it, and the liver's back to work, especially when you know about that milk thistle seed powder that's in your power drink, that for a consistent 120 days, it will regenerate live cells, live liver cells, up to 60%. And so, using the milk thistle seed extract in the morning, and the milk thistle seed extract in the morning, maybe a teaspoon, and then you're having a power drink, you've got the milk thistle seed powder, and then in the evening you're taking maybe 1 more teaspoon, and you're doing this for a month or two, and you're really protecting the liver, and you're rebuilding new liver cells. And then after that, you can go on and just take the milk seed powder in your power drink and discontinue the milk seed extract. And all it's going to do is continually make that liver stronger, healthier. So that's what we're doing while we're doing the CAC liquid or the CAC herbal tea. And then here is the crowning jewel, Doc. It's the fiber special with bentonite clay, because it's got the psyllium seed. It's a powder, and you're going to put it in some good tasting juice or water or tea, whatever is appropriate for you. If you've got Candida albicans, you're probably going to stay away from the juices and the sugars. So, but everybody's different, and each time you got to make sure you're answering all the questions, right, Doc?
That's right.
So you got this fiber, and the fiber is got three main ingredients. One is the psyllium seed husk powder that is going to turn into a gel and sliding through the digestive tract and all the way to the liver. And all of it, while it's sliding through the digestive tract, it is absorbing all of the liquid. It's sucking all of the liquid right into it. And then when it gets to the liver and the colon, it's just a sponge absorbing all the bad things you're trying to get rid of, especially when you're cleaning the blood. Now you're absorbing it. And also, it's got the super green food powder in it. So you got all that chlorophyll, all that nutrient, all that barley grass, wheatgrass, alfalfa, spirulina, olive leaf extract against viruses. You even have the alfalfa in there for extra nutrition, and seaweed, kelp from the Atlantic. All in this. It's all in this green food blend that's in with the fiber, and then it has bentonite clay, and the bentonite clay acts like a magnet. And it is a magnet because it's carrying an electric charge. The montmorillonite bentonite clay is carrying an electric charge, and it's pulling. It's negatively charged, and the toxins and heavy metals in the body are positively charged. So it's pulling that all into the clay, all the bad things and things you're trying to get rid of, and it's taking it all the way out, and the liver's being protected and from anything hurting it. So it's going to get right past that and go out the bowel, and now you have the perfect system for absorbing and getting rid of all the things we don't want in the body. And that's the system, and that's the main thing about the Make Lifestyle Changes report. Wow, I'm sorry I went on about that so long, Doc, but it just had to be said.
I understand.
And I kept you overtime. Folks, let's get back to the room. Let's make sure that if you've got a question or something that you wanted to ask Doc before he leaves, because he's got to leave. He stayed over and an extra time here today, and I appreciate that. But if you've got a question, I'm sure that he'll answer it before he leaves. Otherwise, we'll let him go feed all the farm critters that he has there on the farm. So press your star key 2 times if you have a question or a comment for Doc Miles. And I see that over in Illinois, a mic has come open. So yes, please. What is your question or topic?
Hey, how you doing, Dr. Truman? I was just wondering if that same rotator cuff method is for like carpal tunnel. How do you cure carpal tunnel?
Oh, okay, so Doc, what do you do for carpal tunnel?
For carpal tunnel, I would put a magnet right over the top of it because that'll take the inflammation down and increase the circulation. I would not have surgery on it because then you'll have trouble with it for the rest of your life.
Right, yeah, because the doctor suggested surgery, and then they said something about I have a nerve in my C5, and they're trying to, take that out. But that, I believe they were saying that for my rotator cuff, but I'm not trying to go under any knife, so.
Well, they make good money on surgeries, and that's what they do. You know, they don't know anything natural at all because they don't study it. They study drugs, surgeries, and stuff like that, and they have some life-saving drugs out there, and they have some life-saving surgeries out there. But you don't have to do everything that they tell you to do unless it's really critical.
Right, yeah, I mean, never known this doctor. They sent me to this one doctor, and the first time I met this man, he said, yeah, we're going to need surgery on you. I was like, no, thank you. And I haven't went back.
That's true.
Well, it sounds like you did you get Doc Miles' telephone number? Because I think it sounds like you should call and talk to him more about those magnets that he's got. That sounds like that could be helpful to you. Do you have Doc Miles' telephone number?
Yes, I have his number. Yeah, I was going to call him about those magnets anyway, because I do have a rotator cuff issue also, so I was actually going to call him about that too.
Okay. Or did you have?
So I had your number for $16 a magnet, right?
That's right. And he said, and I was listening closely, and he said that he used 4 magnets.
For the
he doubled up on
the rotator cuff.
Yeah, he doubled up
right.
on it. And then he's got some other special things that he does and has so that you can, what did you call those, some strips you put on there?
Well, what it is it's a medical adhesive. And you can put the magnets on them, and you can take 2 showers a day for 2 weeks, and they're still there.
Oh wow, yeah. I went to some doctor and she put some strips on my shoulder before. I don't know what was in those strips, but I'm familiar with how those strips work. Cause I have my right arm. I'm a mail carrier, and I guess I was using that arm too much, and it kind of just went out. It stopped working one day, you know, because I guess it was inflamed for like a week. I couldn't even raise it up, and then it started back working. But you know, it every so often it get inflamed, and it bothers me and stuff. So
right.
I'm trying to get that out the way there. So.
Well, I'll be back.
I'll be giving you a call definitely about those magnets. So appreciate your time.
Okay, thank you for asking that question. That'll help somebody else.
I had a question.
Yes,
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, this is my name. I'm from California. My name is Imani. I was trying to reach the doc earlier today, so I do have this information. My question was about bleeding, heavy bleeding, menstrual period bleeding, and the option I've been dealing with for a while because I did not want to have surgery, but it's so unbearing that I'm really considering to have a partial hysterectomy in the fall. Do you have any leads on what can be done for that? I mean, bleeding as to like over 10 days on your menstrual cycle and bleeding to the point where I'm at work and it's gushing out. I have on surgical towels as well as a really thick pad, and it has to be changed like once an hour.
Okay, what I would do, what I've helped a lot of ladies with is shepherd's purse. It's an herb. You can take 2 of them in the morning and 2 of them in the evening, and it slows that blood flow down because it's a blood clotting thing. That's what it is. And I had a lady that had to have a DNC because she had some real problems, and she couldn't get in for 3 weeks. She was bleeding like crazy, and so I put her on that shepherd's purse, and man, within a couple of days, it just almost turned the faucet off. And she made it and got her DNC, and she's fine. But that shepherd's purse really does work. And even for bleeding hemorrhoids, you know, some people have, you know, serious bleeding hemorrhoids, and you take, you know, 2 shepherd's purse in the morning and 2 shepherd's purse at night, and it just stops the bleeding in the hemorrhoids. It's amazing.
Okay, pardon my ignorance. Were you saying shepherd's purse, like a purse you carry?
Yes.
Or can you just say it really slow for me?
Yes.
It's an herb.
P-U-R-S.
Say it again really slow for me.
Okay,
say it again. Hold on.
Shepherd's purse. And that is an herb, SHEPHERD''S, purse, P-U-R-S-E. And you can get it, I think he's got capsules of shepherd's purse. You can also get it.
Yes, I do.
And you can get it as a cut herb and sift it. You can make tea out of it. You can also get it as a liquid tincture extract where you can squirt it directly under your tongue. And shepherd's purse, if you called the telephone number 541-791-8400, they have the tincture extract and they have the sifted. And then you've got Doc Miles's telephone number. He's got the capsules. Is that right?
Yes.
There you go. And Doc Miles's telephone number is 512-868-9867. That's 512-868-9867. And if you want the tincture extract or something from Health and Herbs, that telephone number is 541-791-8400. Okay, and so we're talking about this bleeding problem, and so when if you've got a problem like that, you could use something to help to. You also have hot flashes and dizziness or headaches? What else is going on? Are you with me?
I don't have the dizziness anymore, but I do have hot flashes really bad.
All right. So there is a menopause herbal formula. Let's take a look at that as well. But Doc, should we let the doc go? Doc, do you have to go?
Yeah, I need to get out there and feed before it gets dark.
Okay. So let's say goodbye to Doc, and then we'll talk a little bit more about menopause formulations and so forth. But Doc, we appreciate you so much, and you stayed way over time, and you'll be working in the dark out there, and I'm sorry about that. But folks, Doc Miles, he's a wonderful guy, very knowledgeable. 512-868-9867. Email address docmiles@outlook.com. docmiles@outlook.com. I love you, Doc Miles. You're a wonderful guy.
Well, God bless you too, and take care of yourself. I'll see you next week.
All right, I'll see you on the radio.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, wonderful man, wonderful man. So let's get more into this here. We started something, so let's look at a menopause herbal formulation. And the tincture extracts are stronger than the capsules, and they go directly under the tongue. And anything you put directly under the tongue, well, it goes directly into the bloodstream, and you get 300% more. So the state-of-the-art delivery system is the shepherd's purse under the tongue. Then there's other extracts that can be combined with it, including the menopause formulation. Let's take a look at that menopause formulation and see what's in it, because those are things that could be very, very helpful. Here is the menopause formula, and it has herbs in it like, where is it? I'm looking at the description. It's formula number 1291. So if you were calling and talking to the folks at Health and Herbs in Albany, Oregon, and you call them at 541-791-8400, and they're very helpful. I mean, they really know their stuff, and it's three ladies, and they know all about menopause, heavy bleeding. They know what to do, and you can call them. As a matter of fact, they're going to be there for about another 35 minutes if you wanted to call them yet today. And that phone number, 541-791-8400. But the menopause formula has, it's a tincture extract of blue cohosh, licorice root, false unicorn root, eleuthero root, squavine, sarsaparilla root, blessed thistle, and structured water. So that's one formulation. but there's others. So that's one formula. There's also one to help to correct an imbalance when you have a hormonal imbalance, and that is formula number 1351. And so it's going to be more progesterone dominant in balancing. If you've got too much progesterone, then you would not use formula number 1351. And if if that's not the case, then we go for a hormonal balance, where it's promoting the and how it does it, and it's called number 1165, and it promotes number 1165 promotes hormonal imbalance. Or I'd say imbalance, promotes hormonal balance, taking care of the imbalance. I mean, it's effective for women who are experiencing menopause, and it does not contain hormones. See, what it does is contain what is called plant hormones, phytohormones, that are weaker than the hormones that are giving you all these hot flashes and so forth. So it's blocking the harmful hormones that are causing the imbalance, and it's blocking it because it's giving you weaker hormones from plants. It's called phytohormones. So they're not actual hormones. They just balance the hormones, and that's how they do it. So that's a number 1165. So then in younger women, to balance their hormones, sometimes we use chaste tree berries, also known as cactus, Vitus cactus. So, but the chaste tree berries is another herb that works very well, more so for younger women. So there's several different formulations, but I would be for talking with the ladies at Health and Herbs about that, because they're so knowledgeable. But there's a lot of different herbs here that can be helpful, even when there are fibroids and so forth. And so there's a lot of information in the report, Women's Health, on herbalhealthreview.com. herbalhealthreview.com, common conditions, and I'm looking at the Women's Health report that's under common conditions on herbalhealthreview.com. So those are some things, but the shepherd's purse is the main things. But cayenne pepper will also slow bleeding. But don't use cayenne pepper late at night because it's a stimulant. You won't be able to sleep. So that's two things that help to slow down bleeding: cayenne pepper and shepherd's purse. Did that answer your question there in San Francisco?
Yes, it does. Thank you very much. I have one other, if I can.
Go ahead. Yes.
Okay, I've also been getting, this year, I've been to the ED 4 times because of bladder infections or UTIs, and they did all the tests. I was released last night, and it wasn't my liver. They checked my gallbladder to make sure I didn't have any stones, although I got them removed. And they also checked my appendix, and I haven't found anything, but this isn't normal to keep getting UTIs.
No, it isn't.
This frequently.
Now, again, we're going to go to the website, herbalhealthreview.com. Do you go up on the internet?
Yes, and I did write that down.
Oh, okay. So now I'm on herbalhealthreview.com. I've clicked on common conditions, and I'm going down to the bottom. UTI, it's at the bottom under U. Oh, I'm going down there. I'm going as fast as I can. Where is it? Oh, man. There's a lot of reports here. A lot of reports. I finally got there, clicking on UTI, urinary tract infections. There's the report, and now I'm looking at the report, and it's talking about the urinary tract infections is an infection in any part of your urinary system. Your kidneys, your ureters, bladder, and urethra. Most infections involve the lower urinary tract, the bladder, and the urethra. Women are at greater risk of developing a UTI than men are. Infection limited to your bladder can be painful and annoying. However, there's serious consequences can occur if a UTI spreads to your kidneys. Now, antibiotics are the typical treatment for a UTI, but you can take steps to reduce your, getting a UTI in the first place. So, first thing in this report is a whole list of natural antibiotics to wipe out a UTI. So that you can pick from, because if you've got a persistent UTI and you're using a natural antibiotic that doesn't hurt your body and is only fighting the infection, you want to use it for about 7 days. And then you want to get a different natural antibiotic and go on that. So there are many different antibiotics so that you can go on it for 7 days, and if you needed more help, or you can take 2 or 3 antibiotics to overwhelm a UTI and knock it out quickly. But you want to make sure that you're taking calcium and magnesium. Amino acids have been shown to help. Enzymes and potassium, the super green foods that we've been talking about, and the world's greatest multiple vitamin to boost you up and give you a lot of energy so you are really powerful, that's in the Make Lifestyle Changes report that we talked about. It's called Intramax. Over 415 all plant-derived nutrients, all certified organic. 415.
What was the last one you said?
Intramax.
Spell that, please.
INTRAMAX. Intramax. And now remember, when you're looking at these reports, so if I'm looking at the UTI report, and if you're looking at Intramax, you can click on it, and you can go, and it'll take you out of this website and over to the manufacturer or the distributor of Intramax, and it's not available in the store. None of these products that I'm talking about, you can't go to your local health food store and get them. They will sell you something else, and it probably won't work. Then you'll say, wow, I did what he said and it didn't work. That's because you didn't use the right product, because not all people are created equal, and not all products are created equal either. These are high quality, doctors only type products, all certified organic, and in the reports you can click on them and you can order them, or you can call them on the phone and they'll help you with your order. These are the friendliest people in the world because they are tracking everything you're taking. Next time you call, they know you. They know what you're taking. They know what you need next. It's nothing like it.
Okay, I'm trying to look it up and it's not coming up. I'm on my web now.
Herbal Health Review.
I'm under herbalhealthreview.com.
Yes. Are you
www?
Don't put a www in front of it. That'll take you to the wrong.
Okay, so let me take that out.
Yeah, that'll take you to the wrong place. If you want to put anything in front of it, it's HTTPS. I said HTTPS //
Okay. I think I see a HHR Herbal Health. I think I'm in it now.
You got it.
I see some trees.
Yeah, sunshine coming through the trees.
Yes, I think that's it.
You are there. Now you click on common conditions.
I don't see that. Let me keep going down.
Are you on a cell phone or a laptop or a computer?
No, laptop.
A laptop. Okay.
You said common conditions.
Common conditions tab.
See a search button. Oh, boy. I don't want to take up all of it.
Yeah, there's different tabs across the top. One says home, another about, tells you all about me. And then common conditions. Did you find it?
Yes, sir. Thank you. This way, keep it.
And there's herbal descriptions. The Discoveries in Health is all the ways to join this broadcast. You can't buy anything on that website except my book. But there is a donate button, and I don't have any sponsors, and I don't have anybody helping me to put these broadcasts together. I take care of everything. I pay for everything, and I do it on my Social Security and donations. Everything goes into the pot, and that's how I am able to do this is only by donation. I am not selling products. I don't get anything from the sale of any product in America. Okay? Are you with me? Did I lose you?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm not with you. I was about to leave that appointment with it. Let me go try to get this one.
Okay, so you're on the website, herbalhealthreview.com. Then you want to click on common conditions. Then you got to go all the way to the bottom and look over to the right where it says UTI, and that'll put you where you're going, okay?
Okay, thank you so much for taking the time to walk me through this. I really appreciate it.
And you can, and again, you can call me. My telephone number is 503.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Okay. 503
362
362
5899.
Okay, and what's your name?
And I am Doc Truman, DOCTRUMAN.
Okay, got it. All right, thank you.
Bless you.
So this